What's going down? Rob, 7 D's fan Hoose here, and this vlog is packed. I mean, we have 3 World Series of Poker events. We have the Mystery Millions, the 800 Deepstack, and the Gladiator of Poker. We even have an amazing segment of the Legends of the Game where we interview Daniel Negreanu and Josh Arieh's horse, Mr. Jeremy Becker. We actually battle in an all-in in the Deepstack, and then later I interview him, and it's fantastic as he shares tips on how he gets deep in so many tournaments. You want action? Well, this is the vlog for you. I mean, I get involved in some of the craziest hands I've ever played in my entire poker career. This is one of those vlogs that you don't want to miss a single second. Watch from start to finish as it's insane.
Never easy, is it? Always a sweat, open-ended.
All right, first break of the Mystery Millions. Place is packed. A lot of people rushing in for the last flight, trying to go after that million. It is a packed house here at the World Series today. The energy is buzzing. The late reg line is deep. We're having a ball, heading back from break. Let's freaking go. GG me. We're 0 for 2 in the millions, and you know what? We didn't turn our 1,000 into 1 million, but that's okay. Plenty left to fire. We're about to jump in the $800 Deepstack. But before I jump in, I wanted to share 3 things with you that I'm about to do, and that's check raising, river fading, and content creating. All right, well, we got our stack for our rebuy. We're heading into the Thunderdome room, which you usually only get to on a day 2 or a final table. And since we haven't cashed yet, I think it's a nice treat to get in there. Maybe it'll turn it around. Let's freaking go. That is not my house. It ain't right. You come on, you know, and you guys get busted by a local. This ain't right. Okay, bad news. Bullet 2, no bueno. The irony of it is that you have all these players from all over the world, and I got to get busted by freaking local, the young legend, the Daniel Negreanu prodigy, Mr. Jeremy Becker. So I guess the best case scenario is he says he's going to subscribe to the vlog. Well, on to the next one. I think it's safe to say my series has started out a tiny bit slow. I mean, last year we started out on fire, cash in, we won a big tournament, the Gold Nugget, but this year we've yet to get our first cash. And you just saw the Deepstack. I mean, they were quick bullets. That's poker, right? I won a couple all-ins, but lost every single flip. And just being fair and honest, I'm starting to feel a little bit unlucky. Now, I don't want to get tilted, but the thing is, you know, when you start losing all of these hands and you're not cashing in the most important time of the year, the time we all dream of as poker players, the World Series, and I started to think a little bit, well, what would my favorite player do in this situation? Mr. Daniel Negreanu, he'd probably keep us cool, right?
What do we got over here? It's on me? What the fuck, man? This motherfucking shit. I had to fold. Sad. All right, you make me sit up. Fucking break this fucking computer. Come on. Come on.
I could watch that clip over and over again. It cracks me up every single time. And that's one of the reasons I really enjoy Daniel Negreanu as the biggest ambassador of our game, because you have to realize he's been crushing it year after year, but he loves the game so much and he's so competitive. Once in a while, we'll see one of those emotional outbreaks happen. And you know why? Because he's real and he wants it so bad. No matter how many wins, no matter what he does, he brings it every time, trying to do his absolute best and try to gain more and more results. And in this next segment, we're gonna actually talk to his horse, Jeremy Becker, in the legends of the game. You'll wanna see this, it's an awesome interview. I'm here with Jeremy Becker, been absolutely crushing it live the last couple years. I think it's well documented.
Not lately.
Not lately? Variants, right? It's well documented. He's playing high stakes for Daniel and Josh, but we actually have a couple different questions for him because I'm sure he hears about that all the time. But Jeremy, I'm just curious, like one of the things that I think is cool knowing you is you close a lot. I mean, of course there's variants, but a lot of people, you know, they maybe win 1 or 2 poker tournaments, but you've closed time and time again. What do you think the difference is of what you do that gets you in a position to be at the final tables and to be able to close?
I think experience is worth a lot. I never chop no matter what, so I have a lot of shorthanded experience. Also, people think like I win every time I get heads up. I'm pretty close to 50%. I think I've maybe won heads up like 40 times and lost like 35 or something. So like I'm getting second a lot. I mean, it's not like I'm just winning every time I get heads up. But yeah, experience is worth a ton. You can't really get a win if you don't know what to do in that spot.
So, and then another thing that, you know, I've heard you say in a couple interviews that really stands out to me, because I think I fall into this category sometimes, is you say people who aren't willing to go bust just aren't going to win tournaments. And could you just elaborate a little bit on that, by what exactly that means? I mean, you don't have to give us tips, but like, just elaborate a little more on not going bust. What is it that we do that puts us in those spots that don't get us to the end?
Honestly, you gotta be willing to like bluff all in, and when you get called, you're just out of the tournament. But you have to build up your chips for when you do get it all in and you lose the all in, like you're still alive. Yesterday I actually got caught bluffing with a hand that I'm not supposed to have and caught a lot of heat on Twitter, you know? But honestly, I did that shit like 7-8 times yesterday. I got caught once. If I didn't do it, I would have been out on the tournament when he caught me the one time. So you just gotta win pots that like you're not supposed to win in order to build your stack.
All right, I know you gotta get back in the tournament, but I have just one last question. There's been a lot of people that, you know, when they use you, there's like this quote they say, who loves it more? So my question is really like, can you honestly say, do you feel like you love poker the most? Is there people that love it more than you, or is this just your in your heart, you absolutely bleed it, you love it, it's everything you've ever wanted to do?
I really love playing. I mean, find someone else that's playing like that can play a 10K one day, and then later that day you find them in a 200. I used to say Eric Baldwin was with me with that, but I think the lowest he'll go nowadays is 400. He's too rich, but I could win the main event tomorrow. Promise you'll see me in a 400 at Benicia.
Awesome, thanks, Jeremy, I appreciate it. Good luck in this tournament, my man.
Appreciate it.
What a cool interview by Mr. Jeremy Becker. I mean, he's got like a movie career in the fact that he came to Vegas a few years ago, started crushing small and mid stakes, and now is literally backed and playing for Daniel Negreanu and Josh Arieh. But we didn't want to ask him about that in the interview because that's what everybody asked. But obviously, really, really cool. But the one thing about Jeremy that's neat is he just loves the game. I mean, you heard him say he'll go from a 10K to a 400, and he's very approachable, super calm at the table, and he can play with the $400 players, and he can play in the studio with Alex Foxen on his left, Ben Wing on his right, sandwiched between the greats. And you know, it's fun here to watch us Vegas locals grow, and I've been fortunate enough to watch him like really, you know, kind of show up in Vegas and really just take off. So we wish him all the luck. Obviously, he's got the big crossbrook against Landon Tice, Daniel betting against Mr. Berkey. And of course, we are absolutely team Jeremy Becker, even though, yes, he did bust me at the 800 Deepstack at the World Series the other day. But you know what? If someone's going to get my chips, I'd rather it be Mr. Becker. Thanks, Jeremy. Great interview. Good luck rest of the summer. Go get that bracelet, my friend. We haven't broken the cashless streak yet. Flights A and B of the Gladiator didn't go well. but there wasn't much action, so we didn't want to bother you or bore you with those. But now we're gonna pick it up in Flight C of the Gladiator, and if you want action, buckle up. It's about to get cray-cray. Welcome to the Gladiator of Poker, the finest battle in the land of the World Series of Poker. 15,000 enter. One man lead. We start with this hand in progress. I open the button with King Deuce suited and get flattered by the small blind. Small blind ends up leading for 8K. And we had flopped basically gin with 2 pair. And we're thinking about, should we raise? Should we just call? But we saw this guy lead once before, get raised, and he folded. And that's the last thing we wanted, as of course we want to maximize the value of this hand. So we go ahead, put in a call. We're gonna see a turn. Come on, clean turn, one time. And that's exactly what we get. We get the 4 of spades. Love the turn. How can we get all the money in? Good news, small blind obliges. Overbet shoves the turn. Of course, we snap and are extremely surprised when we see his hand as ace king of spades. He flatted a monster out of position in the small blind. We outflop him. Great news. We win. Now we have a nice stack. Let's go. Thanks. Picking up the pocket tens in early position, we open for 2x. We're now the chip leader as we've just had that nice king 2 suited hand. Folds all the way around to the other chip leader who we have slightly covered. She's in the small blind. She goes ahead and makes the call. We have the flop. That is exactly what we're looking for. Flopping the absolute nuts with top set rainbow, just a dream. Check, check, flop. Turn is the ace of clubs. Now, we make a small 2 big blind bet, and I actually do not like my bet here that gets called. I think we should make a much larger bet on the turn. If she has an ace, we want to get value. If a draw is turned, we want to get value / charge. We now have a king river, and she block bets. Now, to me, this is some type of 2 pair hand or a small type ace, maybe a suited ace of some type, and she wants to get some value without having to face a monster bet. I think about it a little bit, and of course I raise, because here's now our chance to get some money, get some value out of our monster hand. She waits for a second, and then we are extremely shocked as she puts all the money in, and we are absolutely perplexed. We're thinking, wow, maybe she actually flopped a set of 5s, flopped a set of 3s, has that suited ace of some type, 2 pair, king 10, 2 pair. I mean, it's nasty, but I mean, how can we fold here? We flopped the nuts, we have a monster, but it's a scary situation because the queen jack could be there. I mean, it's absolutely insane if she did go runner to get the nut straight, because obviously there's no deuce 4 in her range. So it's either queen jack or we just have the winner. She doesn't have aces or kings, right? So we make the call, and we are showed the absolute worst case scenario. Queen jack suited of clubs actually turned the royal flush draw. The table is shocked when they see my hand. Now we're gonna count it out. She's getting paid, and we're gonna literally be down to a couple blinds. So we went from the chip leader to the chip bleeder. Let me know in the comments, would you have played it any different? Could you have folded? Could you have got away from this hand?
It's sick because, I mean, for the gut shot, I feel like your only combination of queen jack is with the clubs. So.
Wow, that 10-10 hand was nuts. I mean, I flopped top set. Myself and the villain, we had the 2 biggest stacks at the table, and I was so pumped because, man, I was looking to have an even bigger stack. I mean, sure, it's a cooler, but my question is, would you have played it like I did, or would you have played it any different? Let me know in the comments what you would have done. All right, now let's get back into the action.
That's what the line. Yeah, I think I said everything.
Poker, I guess.
see the first one.
Alright, we're all in with our little stack here. Alright, let's go with the triple up. My guy told me I could do it. That is not good. Yeah. Alright.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Why can't that happen when you have a lot of chips? But I'm not complaining. It is a triple up. Rolling. Queen.
Oh, he's got him covered. Oh, yeah.
All right, we're on the comeback.
Yeah, ace jack. You got to keep that up just in case.
Ace jack, ace 10, and our ace queen wins the three-way all in.
46.
Yeah. Six. We survived.
All right, we're back from break on the Gladiator. Late reg is closing. This is the last of the Mohicans here, lined up to get their chips. We're heading back in, looking at entrance 4,300 plus. We're in this thing. We got about 100K coming back to 2,000, 3,000, 3,000. So we got 30 bigs. Time to go big. One time.
Anyone?
What?
34.
Up against two. If the queen's gonna hit that 7. Well, it's coming to you there on the turn. Thank you. The river, I guess.
I would have
I'll go out and bang.
I'm not a big fan, so you know how
No, I'm just
Thanks, bro.
Nice answer. Yeah, 8 is the worst age you can have.
Still alive. Okay, we're in a very interesting situation. It's good / bad news. Made the first dinner break of our series. We're 13 from the money. Problem is, we're one of the shortest stacks in the room. So, gonna need to spin to win. Let's go! If you listen, hey!
Dead ass. Mine.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is that?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
On the bubble, right before the money, we put it in with our 3.3 blinds, king 10 of spades, beats aces.
This has been one of the craziest tournaments I've ever played. I mean, you've been with me. You've seen these nutty hands, and they continued. On the bubble, somehow, we found the double, beating aces, and we're now in a hand-for-hand situation. I'm not sure how many are left, but in a big field like this, it's probably 10, somewhere around there. So, looking for that first elusive cash of the series. Let's go. One time! When you're dealing with these massive fields, you have confusion around the bubble. It looks like we might literally be one away. We're not sure, we're gonna find out, but you have to look and see the field of people, but think about it. We're almost there. Get that first cash out of the way. Come on, baby. Come on now, let's get there. Let's do this. Get this one out of the way and start crushing the rest of this series. I mean, this flight started with 4,317, 648 make the money. According to the board, we're at 649. We gotta see where we're at. Are we in the money? Are we on the bubble? The bubble has bursted, the cherry has popped. Time to spin to win. Let's freaking go. All in with our nubs. Gonna need some help.
Jack is live.
GG.
We have fought hard in the battlefield of the Gladiator. We have ended our cashless streak. It was a bloody battle, as you've seen, but we fought valiantly. We have taken 476 place out of 4,300 soldiers. Although our place does come with some plunder, this battle is not over. We will go to the castle. We will regroup, grab some soldiers, and come back for the big victory. For now, this vlog will conclude. Until next time, 15,000 men enter the Gladiator, but only one man will leave.